nail friends, it's Sarah here, and in today's video we are doing a stone Christmas design. I'm going to do a jade green design. This is a collaboration with Talia's Nail Tales for our 12-day holiday series, and so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I have a camera right here, as you guys can kind of see it in my corner screen. That's just so I could do double camera angle. So I'm going to actually pour my Chemi-free monomer to start, because I forgot to do that. So I have drawn out what I'm going to do for this design. So let's just jump into it. So I'm going to start doing a color blocking design. So I'm going to use actually this color, which is called Meteor. It's basically like a black, but it's kind of gray. It's kind of like a gray black. So it's not too dark. So that's what I'm going to start with. See, it's almost black, but not quite black. I thought it'd be a nice complement to like a jade design. So the reason I'm doing this first before I start with my jade design is because this is like a cutout, so I'm going to file it so it's nice and sharp. It's just right in the center, kind of like a block. I basically just place it down and I'm patting it until I have it pretty even. And I'm cleaning off my brush so that I can push my brush into it and create my rectangle block design. So I'm just gonna leave that and let that dry. Let's move on to the other nails. I'm just pulling up what a jade design looks like. I have two in here. So this one and that. Okay, so the colors I'm going to use are these ones, which is called Turf Me Over. I'm just going to kind of mix a bunch of greens. This one's called Green Pastel, Khaki Olive, and in hopes that I kind of get the desired look that I want. Beetle Green. Whoops, I keep doing that. And Glamour Green. I also have some silver foil here. I'm not sure if I feel like using that, but got it here just in case I do. So I'm kind of double dipping. And that'll give you more of that like effect. So place that down, cleaning off my brush, and then I'm just gonna go into the cuticle area with that. This doesn't need to be perfect. And then I'm just gonna dip into some other colors with the green pastel is sort of like my marbly color. I'm also gonna add some like art inks to make this look even more like a stone. And I might go also in with this Meteor color, because this one has like a little dark center here, and I want it to kind of like look like that. Not sure this one, which is for Glamour Green, really goes. So I'm just gonna remove it now so I don't accidentally take some of that one. These ones work a little bit better. And I'm really just placing them down, pulling them up the right corner, and then I'm kind of patting them because I don't want the colors to really blend together or anything. I want them to kind of stay exactly how they are as picked up on the brush. the corner and then pat. And then you'll get those deep lines and stuff. And then we're gonna make these wintry by adding some like icicles, crystals, stuff like that. It'll be really pretty. So that's how that looks so far. I'm gonna look at the other picture and kind of zoom in here. Kind of do a mix of these kind of stones. Maybe start lighter and then get darker. These don't all have to go from one corner to the other, because if you look at the other stones, they're kind of like random. So we don't want this to look like too much of a marble, of just a marble, you know? So I'm placing the product down for this nail, and then I'm just gonna kind of pat and move the product, just so it still has those like lines and mix together. Looks a lot more realistic when you do that and you don't play with it too much. And then I'm gonna get a little darker at the bottom. Cool. With the pointer finger, I want it to be, I think, more like this stone on the corner here. Kind of looks speckled a little bit. I don't know if I'll be able to achieve that, but I'll try. I'm kind of going in with all 5 of them for this one. Placing it on the nail and just tapping. For that speckled look, I'm kind of just dipping into the meteor and tapping it onto the nail, into the wet acrylic. This nail should be dry enough to file. So make sure when you're filing that you cover the lids so you don't get filing dust into your lids of your other stuff. Just cover them, you don't have to shut them fully. And then I'm gonna go and file this a little straighter. This doesn't really need to be perfect. It looks nice if it's perfect, but I'm gonna be doing crystals, like I said, and like an icicle design. So it doesn't matter that much, but so you're kind of like doing what you would do if you did smile lines. You kind of just file it out. That just makes it a little sharper, looks a little better. Okay, I'm just gonna cleanse that. And that's how it looks so far. So this is what they look like so far. Pretty. I'm trying to decide, do I want to add the silver foil? I don't think so. I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm just going to cover all these up and we're going to encapsulate this design. Okay, so I'm going to use the glass slippers to encapsulate. Just going to clean off my brush. And I always encapsulate at the tip first. placing that on the nail, and then I'm cleaning off my brush and dragging that down the tip. Now I'm going to work on the cuticle area, and I'm going to put it near the cuticle area, clean off my brush, and then get close with the tip of my brush and that product. Just kind of pushing it up, moving it towards the cuticle area before blending it down. Now I'm blending down the sides into that bottom of the nail. So that's encapsulated, but it doesn't have a full apex yet. So I need to add some more. Always check from the side, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more at the very tip, because that's usually where I don't add enough product. So I'll make sure this has enough at the tip. We're going to file these, so they don't have to be completely smooth or perfect yet. Okay, so I actually filed these off camera because I just felt like it. And so this is what they look like after they've been filed. And we're gonna do some art inks. So what I'm gonna use for art inks is the Luminary Nail Systems matte top coat. I always like to apply a matte top coat before using like ink of any sort. Just helps it go on a little better. I haven't actually decided if I'm gonna do these in a matte, like fully matte or shiny yet. So right now I'm just doing this matte top coat for the art inks. Kind of see how this Jade Stone Design looks, and then decide if I'm gonna actually do them shiny when I'm finished or keep it matte. Okay, so this dries tack free. So you can just put this in the light. Okay, so I'm going to use some art inks for this. First, I'm going to use the Opry White, it's number 13, and then also the green, which is 11. I'm not sure if the green is really going to go with this set. It's kind of a brighter green, but I'm just going to see with the two if it looks okay. White. What I like to do is take the white and kind of take off a lot of the product so it's not like dripping. Oops, as that drips. And then I'm going to just go across the nail. Like you don't really want to like add too much of it. And then we're going to use the art ink liquid to remove a lot of it. I'm just going to try the green on this one. I don't know if you can even see much of that. Okay, let's try. I'm going to use a Glitter Balls gel brush to kind of do this. Oops, way too much. And then I'm kind of pushing the white art ink. We want way less than this. We just want like a remnants of it. I almost waited too long. Just want like a little bit of the white. I'm kind of wondering, maybe I should apply the art ink with a small art brush actually. And then try to blend that out. I feel like the white line is a little better, but still a little bright. Taking away a lot of the white art ink. So just leaving kind of a residue I'm gonna try adding even less this time. Because like on this, if you look, there's hardly, on this one, there's hardly any white lines. So we really only just want a teeny tiny bit. I'm just wondering if the green would dull that white down a bit. Kind of does, actually. See, it's kind of fun with nail art to just experiment and try different things and see how it turns out. I'm kind of just like following the lines on this one of what I did with the acrylic. Then we're gonna go in and blend and dull that out. And then again, I'm going to go in with the green. It's such subtle things, but it'll kind of, when it's all shiny, it might look really cool. And then I'm just going to blend a little bit of that green out too, just so it's not too much extra green. I did add a lot of extra green in there. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. I think I am gonna definitely make these shiny. I like the matte, but the like colors will all show through. Okay, I'm gonna top coat these with some No White top coat, and then we will do our icicle design. That looks so pretty. Okay, I'm glad I went with shiny top coat and not matte. I feel like I got a hair on that. I kept trying to get it off and it won't come off. So I'm just gonna write this one and re-top coat it. I'm just going to use a gel brush to get in up here, close to the crystals where I couldn't get my actual gel top coat. I'm going to give that a cure. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far, but we're gonna add some icicles. So I'm gonna use the Light Elegance Just White Buttercream because it's like thick and it'll stay exactly where I want it. So I'm just gonna take some and stick it on my palette, my Benny palette. And the glitter I'm going to use for the sugar is the Glitterbelts Crystals in Fine. And the reason I picked this one is it has like a kind of green tint to it. So I thought that would be perfect with this nail design. Let's do this nail first. So I'm just kind of like placing this down on the corner. This nail. To start. Want it thicker where the top of the icicle is and then way thinner at the bottom. And then vary them in size. So some will be longer and thicker than the others. Okay, and then we're going to take our glitter. We're just going to scoop some glitter onto that wet gel before curing it. I'm not going to brush that off or anything because I'm going to double cure that, but On this one, I wanted to go across the line where I did that black-ish line. So that's also why I told you it didn't really matter if it was perfect. We are covering most of it anyway with crystals and icicles. And you don't want this to be perfect either. To make the like long, thin pieces, what I'm doing is I'm placing the thicker bit down, and then I go down, I kind of lift my brush a bit, and that's what gets the very, very tip to create that thin line. And then, again, we're gonna sprinkle some of that glitter. Okay, so all done, and I'm so excited to show you guys the finished result. What do you guys think of that set? I think they turned out really pretty and very, very similar to what I had drawn out, which is great. I love when they turn out what I draw. Sometimes when you draw something out, it doesn't turn out anything like it. So these actually really did. And I feel like they totally look like some of the pictures of jade stones I had. So hope you guys enjoyed this design and set. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you head on over to Talia's channel and check out what she did for Stone Christmas. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you saw anything in here that you liked and you want to pick up, make sure you always check my description box. I always leave links for everything down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!